Hi. So, today I want to talk about an issue that I've been thinking about off and on since I came to Japan. And that issue is how put together or not put together I'm supposed to look when I go outside. And I think depending on the country you're in, even the regional country you're in, it really varies. Um, and I know there's that sort of debate online about how, Europeans always have to look nice, even going out to do mundane things, whereas Americans can just wear their pajamas to go to the store, which I think is somewhat true. But I don't know if it's like 100% the way that people are saying it is, because I'm sure there's some Europeans who, especially maybe in a small town, who just go out in like a baggy shirt and like pajama pants to go to the store. And I'm sure there's some Americans in certain towns who feel pressured to look nice even to go out to do mundane things. Like I've seen the Bama Rush stuff. Like I feel like girls like that might feel pressured to, look like they're going to like an interview or something just to go get milk, you know? But that's not really the topic of today's video. The topic of today's video is about how that relates to Japan and how people in Japan feel about going out and how put together or not put together they feel pressured to be when they go out even to do mundane things. So, to talk about like my personal habits, like I don't really feel that much pressure to actually look nice, so to speak, to go out. Like as long as I, obviously am decent and like I look clean enough, then I don't care if I go out looking. Oh, hold on. My computer's still starting up. Okay. I don't care if I go out looking plain, like no makeup. My hair is just in a bun. I have a really plain shirt on, maybe pajama pants or like just leggings, right? I'm completely fine with that. And I also work from home, so I don't feel as much pressure to like be seen by people all the time. Um, but when I do go into the office, and I sometimes do, um, I still don't feel that much pressure to look nice. Like I feel like I want to look nicer than I otherwise would, but I'm still not like dolling myself up to go into the office. Okay, so that's me. That's my perspective. But I should probably talk about the average Japanese perspective. And I think the average Japanese perspective kind of changes depending on where you are in the country. Like if you're in Tokyo, for example, especially, like there is definitely a pressure to like look nice even when you're going out to do something mundane, like go to the convenience store. Like people will wear like okay, let's just talk about women because obviously I'm a woman, right? That's my primary experience. People will like wear a lacy little blouse and like a pencil skirt and do full makeup, curled hair, um and I'll see them doing the most mundane stuff. Like they'll be at a family restaurant or they'll be like shopping at a local mall or they'll be at the convenience store, and I'm like, did they have another event to go to that they dolled themselves up for, or did they just do that? Did they just do that every day? Um, and so for a while, because I was in Tokyo for a while, like I almost forgot that the rest of the country doesn't really do that. Like I'd definitely say there's more of a pressure to look nice whenever you go out in this country than there is in my home country in America. But outside of Tokyo, like people dress pretty normally. Like you're going to find people just wearing, again, pretty plain stuff, like a plain shirt, not baggy pants, but like loose, what do you call them? Not capri pants. Anyway, like nice looking, yes, but like not that elaborate kind of outfits. And then like maybe light makeup if you're talking about a woman. Like even in my neighborhood, which is not that far from Tokyo, like you're not going to see people dolled up, so to speak, in the same way that you see it in Tokyo. And so I think that's very interesting because, like, just, 40 minutes or so away from Tokyo, there's a completely different culture when it comes to going out, right? And it's not to say that people here like don't ever dress nice. Like you do see like women occasionally walking around who are like, really beautified, so to speak. Um, but I get the impression that they're going to an event. You know what I mean? Like they're not just doing it because it feels like an obligation. They're probably going into Tokyo to do something, right? Or something. Um, and I feel like in Tokyo specifically, I feel like a lot of these women feel obligated to always look not just clean and neat, but pretty, and like elaborately done up, right? And so it's funny because when I was living in Tokyo, I kind of felt like the odd one out because I just didn't have the time or energy to do that. I mean, I would always make myself look okay enough or not look messy. Um, but I didn't have the energy to fucking, put makeup on every day and do my hair and have a cute little outfit that might be a little bit uncomfortable, but I wear it anyway. I just didn't have the energy to do that, so I didn't. But moving out here to Kanagawa, even, it's like I feel pretty normal. Like, honestly, yeah, like I mean, obviously I'm foreign, so I still feel like a bit of an odd one out, but I feel a lot more like the way I dress is a lot more like the way people here dress, which is good. I like that. And I think the one difference is that I do dress a little bit more revealing than a lot of women where I live or in Japan in general. Like, see, I'm wearing, this sleeveless top. And I feel like even wearing a sleeveless top is somehow seen as like a little inappropriate because I don't see that many women doing it. Like, it's not like I don't see it. Like, if I'm going out to like a club or something, like I'm going to see a lot of women wearing, really skimpy clothing. But like day to day, women here don't just wear a sleeveless top casually. Like, it's like, I don't know what it indicates necessarily, but maybe it indicates being a I don't know, a loose woman or something, which I don't really care if it indicates that. Like, I like wearing sleeveless tops and no one's gonna talk to me anyway because people are polite here, so I don't really care. But anyway, you don't really see women wearing sleeveless tops. And same with like shorts. Like, women here do wear shorts and like short shorts, but you see more pants for sure. You definitely see more pants. And I'm not someone who wears a lot of shorts, to be honest. Like, I mostly just wear leggings every day. It's easy and comfortable, so that's what I do. Um, yeah. But anyway, like, so that's women. But like, let's talk about men a little bit. And I definitely see that there is like a different culture here where men also feel the need to look a little bit more put together than they do in America. And again, I'm sorry that the only examples I ever have are Japan and America, but it's just the two places I've lived in the longest. I can't really speak for anywhere else. Like, I've been to other countries for like a week max, you know? So, yeah. Um in America, like guys are kind of known for like looking kind of, not put together. Like, they'll just throw anything on, like baggy pants, like, whatever, like khakis, I don't know. Like, whatever. Like, American men are not necessarily known for looking nice all the time. And again, I don't think anyone has the obligation to look nice all the time as long as they don't look gross or like super messy. Like, it's fine, you know? But there's always the comparison between American men and European men, where like European men, like, kind of doll themselves up. They like, they do their hair. I don't think they wear makeup, but like they care about their fashion choices. And again, I don't think that's bad. In fact, I like that, but I don't know if it necessarily has to be an obligation for anyone to do. I swear, I think like most American men, if they did that, they'd be like, that's gay, bro. Like, that's so gay. So like, apparently like, they don't want to do that for that reason. I'm not saying every American guy, but a lot of them. But I'm like, come on, man. Like, is looking nice really that bad? Like, do you I'm just saying, is looking nice really that bad? But anyway, whatever. To each his own. Like, do whatever you want. You know what I mean? I don't care. I don't have the time to care. Anyway, so let's talk about Japanese guys because I think Japanese guys are kind of in the middle, maybe, of American and European men in that they definitely look nicer than American men. I mean, it's kind of a low bar, but they, how would I say this? Like, again, especially in Tokyo, like guys like to, do their hair and like be fashionable and stuff. But even in the rest of Japan, like I feel like guys wear like pretty simple clothing. But it still looks nice. Like it doesn't look what's the word? Ratty. And some, you know, in the way that some American guys sometimes dress or like don't care about their appearance. Um, yeah, so it's like very simple, clean, put together stuff. And of course, there's also the whole salaryman thing, like guys who are, basically slaves to their company. So they are basically wearing a suit all the time, besides the one day they might get off and then they just wear really simple clothing. That's a whole nother issue. And again, sorry, I've been really going in on American Man. I'm sorry. I sound like I'm mean now. Like, I'm not saying like, I've met a lot of American guys who look nice, Um, but, like, there's that type of guy in their early 20s who, like, doesn't give a shit, and, like, you know who I'm talking about. Um, but, like, usually, okay, again, like, a lot of American guys, once they get a little older and get more responsibility, they start to look nicer. Anyway, this has been a weird tangent, but yeah, so that's sort of my experience with looking nice and the expectation of looking nice in Japan versus in America. Um, yeah. So, like, what's my opinion about all this? Like, what's my opinion in general, not just even in Japan, but in general about the expectation to look nice all the time when you go out? Well, frankly, I think it's kind of stupid. Like, again, as long as someone looks clean and generally like neat and clean, I don't care if they look fashionable or not. Like, I understand, like, it takes a lot of time and energy every day to make sure you look fashionable. So I think this expectation is, again, kind of ridiculous, and not something that I think people should feel pressured to abide by, especially in Tokyo. Like, you guys have to take it easy because that is crazy. Like, like how, like, your apartments are so small. How do you fit all these like fashionable shirts and skirts and makeup and like how do you fit it in that tiny little 1K you're inevitably living in? I don't know. Like, it's like, how do you do it? I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, I think that expectation is kind of dumb, but it's not to say that people should go out like, smelling bad or like looking like they just went through a wind tunnel. Like, I feel like people should try to look put together in general. But again, like, this need to always be fashionable and basically always be performing for other people is stupid, especially when most people don't really care. Like, they just take a passing glance at you on the street and then they they don't think about it again. So yeah, those are my thoughts. So again, also, right, it's not like I never doll myself up or look nice. Like, I definitely do, especially on a special occasion or if I'm going out with friends, but I don't feel the obligation to do it every day, and I don't see myself doing that in the future. So yeah, that's about it for me. Have a good one, everyone.